Ronnie.
And this is Reese.
And this is Soft30. And of course, we have DJ Q Ways and we have D. How y'all doing?
Happy
it's
fall.
Shit outside.
What's up?
Don't know what to put on.
I changed my clothes 3 times. I was like, and then I ended up running out the house with no damn sweater or jacket. I was like, God damn it.
Well, you look cute. You look like Egypt.
Thank you.
I was on the pose.
I know.
The Egypt
I saw you trying. I'm gonna let it slide.
How was your week?
My week has been okay. Has it been okay? I don't know. I feel like it was emotional for no reason.
My week was emotional too. That you rubbed off on me this week.
Yeah, that was it. I found myself crying a couple times for no reason. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, sis? Just shit together. But yeah, for the most part, I had a pretty good week. I told y'all last week I had an interview for a job, and I got that job. They hit me up yesterday, so I was like, "Yay, that's so cool!" So I'm super excited about that, and it's right on time because I started training somebody for one of the cleaning places I have to take over there. I'm still doing my evening ones, but I just got her to take over that one because that one was taking up like a big chunk of my day. So I got her to take over that one. I think she's going to be totally fine there. It's cool. Let me see what else happened this week. I don't really remember exactly what was happening this week. I just feel like my week was all over the place. But anyway, so somebody, right, told me that it was you because somebody told you that somebody I used to talk to is fat now. And y'all, I'm so happy about that. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm happy about that, okay? And I'm only happy because one, she ain't attractive no more. Two, because it was at a point where that person could have called me and I would have dropped anything and went to go. Sprung. Yeah, that's how it was. Mm-hmm. And now if that person called me, I'm gonna be like, send me an updated picture. Because I heard you fat now.
Yeah. So somebody did tell me that the girl that she used to talk to is like fat and not great anymore. And the person that told me that was like really fucking happy about it. And I was like, how the fuck do you know? But they follow each other on social media.
No, she follows the girlfriend on social media. So, when she posts pictures of them two together, and I used to talk to the girlfriend's girlfriend or whatever. So, yeah. But of course, the person that told you would be happy because at the time, that would have been the person that got dropped for the now fat girl.
Yeah. Okay.
So
she was really being a hater.
Yeah.
And saying like, she's ugly now. She's fat.
But she was calling her ugly then. She's like, but she was thick back then when I was talking to her. But she was a good. Thick.
It was a good thing.
It was a good thick.
That thing was.
Yeah. It was like pow pow. In right here. Oh, yeah, it was like that. But now when she fat, jeez. I'm just so happy. Because I didn't get the short end of the stick.
True.
They better not ever let me. They better hope that if I ever see them on the streets that I am in my work clothes. Because, baby. What you gonna do? I don't know. But I'm going to do all types of laughing at they fat asses. Because I know the girlfriend fat, too.
Oh, my goodness.
She was already fat.
No
fat
mean
ass.
girls. No mean girls.
You're right.
We are changed ladies.
I'm a smirk though. I'm be like, and y'all know what I'm smirking at. Cause y'all little ready polies. No, that's mean. That's mean. I wouldn't do that.
That is mean.
No, I would smirk, but I wouldn't actually call them fat. And stuff, I wouldn't do that, but yeah. I would definitely be like, y'all be eating good during quarantine. It's like, no.
That's the same as calling fat. I would be offended, like, what? What you trying to say?
Well, hopefully I just never bump into them. Actually, when I had thought about that, because I always think about, like, how would it be if I bumped into someone that I used to talk to that we ended on bad terms or something, which I hardly ever end up with bad people in things on bad terms with people, but I I never see anybody. You know, I don't like to talk to people that goes to the same places, like hang out the same places I hang out, or know the same people I know.
Mm-hmm.
I like to talk to people that's your area over here. This is my area over here. So if we stop talking, we ain't ever going to bump into each other. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much how it is. Like, I hardly ever bump into, like, I don't think I've ever but just bumped into, oh, well, my very first girlfriend, like 5 years later, we just bumped into each other. But yeah, other than her, I don't think, like, after I break up with a person, like, we never just so happen to run into each other.
Now that I think about it, that is true.
Yeah, and I like it that way. I remember...
But we be hanging out at the same spots. I guess we just never...
Just different times or something. I don't know. Because actually, I met two girls at a bar one time and didn't never bump into them at that bar again. And I went to that bar fairly often, but I just never bumped into them two again. I did bump into one of them at another club before. And, you know, we spoke, we hugged and everything like that. But, you know, for the most part, I don't bump into people I used to talk to. And I just I'd rather keep it that way. Because if I see you looking bummy, I'm probably say some slick shit. Especially to the now fat girl.
Oh, my goodness.
And her girlfriend. Because y'all know I ain't like that girlfriend. So, hopefully if I bump into her, I have on heels so we can be the same height. She's tall, that bitch like 6 feet or something. So if I have some heels, I could be ready to square up.
You're not about that life.
You're
Stop
right.
it.
You're right.
Go and meditate and
I wouldn't say anything smart to anybody unless they, you know, did something to me. And I wouldn't even say something like getting smart. Because when people get smart with me now, I just be laughing. Be like, bro, I'm not about to give you that energy. Like, no, what the fuck? So, yeah. I don't know. I thought that was pretty fucking funny. I thought that was funny. But anyway,
of course,
I know what else I wanted to say in my check-in, right? So, you know how, like, people, or have you ever, I guess it's more of a question. Hold on. Question than, that's what I was about to text you. But I guess it's more of a question than, you know, part of my check-in. But have you ever asked somebody something and, like, you didn't really want to know the answer? I guess you want to know the answer, but you're scared of the answer.
No, I'm asking because I want to know.
And so how would you react if you get the answer that you don't want to hear? You can't go crazy if you get an answer that you don't want to hear because you asked the question.
Right, I agree. And I be saying that to people all the time. Don't ask me if you really don't want to know. But I'm asking regardless of how it's going to make me feel because I'd rather know than to sit and guess.
I was only asking because I feel like, so, you know, I'm a don't ask, don't tell kind of person when it comes to certain things. And some things I'll run my mouth about. I don't give a fuck. But other things that I know can potentially hurt a person's feelings, don't ask me and I won't tell. Okay.
But if you ask.
However, if you ask, then you're going to get it. And normally I give a warning. I don't just answer. It's like if you ask me, like, say it's me and you are dating and you're like, hey, well, are you fucking anybody else? I'm going to say, are you sure you want to know the answer before I answer?
I mean, but saying that is basically saying yes.
It's saying, are you prepared to know whatever my answer may be? Even if I'm not fucking somebody else, I'm going to say that. I'm going to ask that. Do you want to know? Because I might say, no, I'm not fucking anybody else, but I'm dating someone and I'm most likely going to start fucking them at some point.
Like I said, saying that is just basically saying yes. Because if it's no, you just going to say no.
But if it's potential to
right, because if you
be,
ask me, I'm gonna let you. What if you ask me and then a week later I happen to fuck that person and you be like, you said you wasn't fucking nobody. Well, at the time I wasn't. So I didn't lie. I wasn't. But then 2 days after we had that conversation, I busted wide open.
But I always tell people that, like, when somebody ever asks me a question, I'm like, if you want to really know my answer, you want the truth or do you want the lie? Or you want me to make it sound good? Like, what do you want? Because if you asking me, I'm gonna tell you
What type of
exactly
bullshit is that?
what it is.
Do I want the truth or a lie on you?
Because some people, I don't know if
That's
you
crazy.
experienced it, but some people ask, but they really don't want to know.
Answer.
I mean, I don't know which you or what y'all experienced, but I have experienced people who ask and then they don't really want to know, or they be like, "Well, why you say that? Or why you tell me that? Because you asked me."
I had somebody before. It was a couple years ago. I was like, "Damn, you could have lied." No, I couldn't have.
For what?
You asked me. Because if you would have found out I was lying a couple days later, then it would have been a bigger issue.
I don't know. I'm just saying you do all that preface and shit. That's basically saying that yes.
I guess in a way it's kind of like getting them prepared. I guess like you want me to tell you the truth because you just asked me, or because I don't know how to deliver stuff.
Yeah,
so
I'm terrible with delivery.
So it can come off bad sometimes. And I'm trying to work on it, but it can be something simple. But the way I talk is terrible.
I don't know. I'm just like, when I ask stuff, I actually want to know the answer. Like if I ask you, well, hey, are you dating other people? I'm asking because I want to know if I should date other fucking people. Or if you're fucking somebody else, I want to know because I just want to make sure that my health is also, is I'm looking out for myself as well. So if I'm asking, it's because I really want to know the answer. Don't sugarcoat the shit. Don't lie to me. If I'm asking, and I'm actually prepared for that answer. Right. If I'm asking, actually, I probably already know the answer.
Just want to see what you're going to say.
I just want to, hear it from you. So I don't know, because I'm definitely an axer. I'm an axer. I want to know. Tell me every fucking thing.
Did anybody ask you something recently? So to why you had this question?
Kind of.
Can we know or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not. But my point is just like, I'm not gonna lie to you about some shit like that. So you just be prepared about what answer may come with whatever question you ask me, because yeah.
Listen.
That's funny you brought that up.
Why, somebody just asked you something like that?
I asked somebody.
Were you prepared for the answer?
Can we know?
Was it a bad answer?
Can we know?
Would that make you stop talking to the person? It did?
Aww.
Because if I
so can we know or no? We can't know. Okay.
Because if I ask somebody if they're fucking somebody else and they're like, yes, I am, I'm probably still gonna talk to you. I asked because
you honest as shit.
Yeah,
so,
you were honest with me about it, so I'm not gonna get mad and not talk to you about, not talk to you anymore.
Like I think the biggest thing is like don't take the choice away from the other person.
Right.
Like be honest at all times, because 9 times out of 10, if you tell somebody, well, I don't know how guys work, but if you tell like a female, okay, she asks you how many people you fucking, or are you fucking more than one person? Are you just fucking me? And the answer is no, I'm fucking other people. She gonna probably still fuck with you because you being honest and you letting her know. She just know what to do.
Right. I just know not
make sure
to
we
get
use
my
protection. Make sure
I don't get my feelings
in it. So give the people the option.
Yeah. And then also give me that option of maybe not talking to you anymore. Maybe I can be like, okay, well, I'm gonna let you do you now, and then maybe when you get it out of your system, come holler at me, and if I'm available, let's pick back up. Type shit. So I don't know.
This, I think I told this story before, but this was a couple months ago when I had went to one of my ex-boyfriend's house, and then the dude said, what you think about us, or how you, some shit he said, like, how do you feel about us, or what do you think about us, some shit. And I was like, well, I think all of you gay.
Oh yeah.
Like, you want me to tell you the truth? And I'm like,
all of who is gay?
It was a group of guys, and it was one of my exes, and then it was like 3 or 4, I think like 4 of his friends, and they was asking me, what did I think about their friend group? And I said, I think all of you are gay. And then they was getting mad at me, but like, don't get mad. You asked me. I think y'all gay. I think y'all all fucking each other.
Why you think that?
They kept making gay jokes and talking about putting a hole in a mask and putting putting a hole in a mask and sticking a dick through the mask to each other. That's gay. Who says that?
What you mean?
Yeah, that's gay.
One of them had on a mask, and it was like, I will cut a hole in the mask and put my dick in your mouth. To the guy.
Why? What they was talking about?
I don't know, because I wasn't paying attention, but I remember that part, and I was like, what the hell? That's gay as shit, regardless of what they're talking about, because they're talking to each other. It's as a man.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I guess they just make gay jokes or whatever. I don't know. But the whole vibe was giving me, they fucking, all of them.
Mm.
That was my honest answer.
I hate when somebody be like, what do you think of me honestly? Again, do you want me to give you my what I honestly?
And then it depends on, I guess, what kind of mood that the person is in. Like, because if you want my honest opinion and then you want to take it the wrong way, or you gonna be sad or depressed or try to fight me or whatever after, like, what kind of state are you in to be asking me this question for me to tell you the honest truth? Because some people don't take it right.
So the last thing with my check-in, and then I'm gonna go. When did this happen? It was one day this week. But y'all remember I told y'all a few months ago, I don't like when people get drunk and all of a sudden, like, tell you their feelings, or, oh, well, this should happen between us, or, oh, can we do this? Or, I'm not that type of person. First of all, I know how to control my liquor. If anything, when I'm drunk, I'm going to fall down. I'm going to eat. I might throw up.
You might fall when you sober too.
I do fall I absolutely fall when I'm sober. But what I don't do is tell somebody how much I care about them when I'm drunk. Unless it's you or y'all. Like, I might be drunk, call y'all and be like, I love y'all so much. Y'all are like fucking brothers. I'm so happy. You know, I'll do some shit like that. Absolutely. But I don't do it to people I used to talk to. I don't do it to people I want to talk to.
I don't give a fuck if I'm feeling that way. Like, you ain't gonna know that shit. Fuck that.
I don't do that. and you know, within the last few months, I've had 2 people kind of drunk tell me stuff. I don't like it. It gets on my nerves. It ruins my mood.
Especially like if they in your face talking, and they with the drunk breath and stuff. Like, get the fuck, go like, over there and go to sleep.
Let me talk to you for a minute. And I'm like, no, you're drunk. Let's not talk about it right now. No, because I'm just saying I want you to know that.
Please tell me.
You know what I want you to know? And then you be trying not to hurt their feelings while they drunk and make the situation worse.
Right.
But don't let the shit happen again. And then motherfuckers get sober and be like, I didn't mean that. I didn't this. Or
you meant that shit. You said it because you meant it.
Right. And it's okay that you meant it, but don't let it happen again. Because I cut people off for stuff like that. Because it's not a comfortable situation for me. So I don't know. That happened fairly recently. After the last one. Yeah, I know the last one happened in January, and then this one happened. I mean, in July, and then this one happened.
I don't know if he was drunk or what, but I just remember, because I was a little drunk this morning getting in the house. But I remember cussing out the boy on the phone, and because he keep talking about, oh, I love you, I want to be with you. No, nigga, fuck you. Listen, I don't even know.
It's even worse when you're in the person's, like, when the person is right there. And it's like, and especially if it's in a setting where it shouldn't happen, or where other people are around
in the middle of the
like, party. Yeah, where it's like, you know,
making a scene.
Right. Especially don't make no fucking scene.
Can we talk about this tomorrow?
Right. Like, first of all, I'm not even gonna believe you. Well, actually, I don't know. I believe people when they drunk and they say stuff, but I don't know. And then I just avoid the conversation again after that. It's just like, but the person know they was wrong, because after that I didn't talk to the person for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and normally I talk to that person every day. And then all of a sudden it's like she's gone MIA. And then I hit her up, I think yesterday.
I mean, honestly, like
that.
This particular person in that particular situation, I don't know exactly what. First of all, I told you that she still had some type of feelings.
I think she was mainly drunk.
I told Reese that this girl had feelings, some deep unsolved feelings and shit for Reese, and she get drunk and she talk the shit, and she probably gonna do it again.
Is this girl one of your long-term friends?
Not long-term, but definitely a close friend. Oh. But I honestly don't think often. I don't think she has no deep whatever Ronnie is saying. I don't think it's nothing like that. But definitely don't get drunk and tell me how you feel, because first of all, that's a sober that's a sober conversation that needs to be had, not and then first of all, it shouldn't be had anyway. Mm-hmm. If I feel some kind of way about one of my friends, that shit goes in the closet and that shit gets locked in.
Once you in the friend zone, you're in the friend zone.
Like I don't let that shit out. So I don't like when people do it to me, because I would never. I feel like it's kind of disrespectful. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's very disrespectful. Like,
but then again, maybe she just don't know that or don't feel that clearly because she confessed in a drunk voice.
I don't like that. I don't like that type stuff. I don't like it. Like, at least when it happened the first time, it was only me and that person around. Like, but when it's like multiple people around, and when it's other people that I'm feeling around, like stuff like that can't happen. I take it as disrespect. So
it was a whole show. I should have recorded it. Reality TV.
I didn't even notice it at first. I didn't even notice it until the person actually.
So what happened?
Came to me and said something.
Describe what's happening. What was the show?
I really don't.
I don't know how to say it without saying too much, but
I don't know.
She got drunk as fuck. And first of all, she shouldn't have never been drunk in the first fucking place. But she kept drinking. And I think she was feeling the way because of your other friends, honestly. I think that's what kind of made her go overboard.
But that's when I feel like that's where the disrespect come in, because you're not going to sit up there and be smiling in their face and then feeling like this behind their back, especially if you don't talk to me about it or something like that.
I think it was definitely a jealous thing for the other friends that was there, and then she still got some feelings, because you're not gonna do all of that if you don't have any feelings toward this other person.
And what did she do? What did she do? When she rolled her eyes.
She was talking shit. She was trying to get with Reese in front of the other people. She was drunk,
but she wasn't
so she was knocking
loud
over
to where anybody can hear what she was saying to me. Like, she was saying it to me.
When you say talking shit, what does that entail? I don't understand.
Like, it was noticeable to the point where everybody noticed it. It was noticeable to the point where we had to leave. We all left.
Nah, I'm saying she was talking shit. What does that mean? Talking shit to who? About what?
She was trying to get with Reese. She was talking shit to me about Reese and what she feeling and all of that. I don't know what she said to other people. No, I don't know what she said to other people.
What do you mean talking shit? Was she telling people that she had feelings for Reese? Or
yes.
That's not all right. So say she.
You didn't say that.
I mean talking shit like not like talking like bitch.
Right.
Like,
so
but
explain what you mean, please. She was talking. She was explaining that she was expressing
her feelings,
that she had feelings for Reese. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it was a whole show to the point where we had to leave, and other people noticed it. And then on top of that,
so she was
knocking over drinks.
Like, I love Reese so much, man.
She did not say that.
I'm asking, what did it?
She definitely ain't say that to me.
No, to the point y'all had to leave. I'm trying to figure out how you.
I don't know what she said to Ronnie, but
we had to leave because she can talk to me. That's fine. That's not the point. We had to leave because she was knocking over shit. The other Reese friends had to take her keys and do it. Was just a lot. So we had to go, all because she got these deep down issues and rooted fucking feelings for Reese.
I don't think she had no deep down feelings. I think she was just drunk, and that's why it came out like that.
I don't know. I'm just trying to understand what the scene looked like. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to explain it, but I can't.
So she was drunk. She was drunk. Like, I love her so much.
She didn't say love.
I want her so much. I have so many feelings for her. Drop this.
And Ronnie ain't really tell me no fucking details, so I kind of felt some kind of way that it's happening on the podcast.
Well, you gotta ask follow-up questions.
I told you. Reese is bullshit because I told Reese this girl got feelings. But said
she didn't
that
tell
shit.
me what she said in the club.
So what did she? Still don't know what she said.
I'm not going to repeat what she said to me in the club because I don't know who listens.
I want you. She said, I want
you.
She
did not say those words to me.
What? So how is she?
Listen, along the lines of I want you, I love you.
What's along?
She didn't say I'm not going those sentences to me.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Like
she want her.
She was just saying like, hey Reese, you know, we've been friends for a long time and we really have a vibe. And I don't know.
You gonna tell him after the after recording?
Yes.
Oh, that's fine.
I can absolutely know then.
That's fine. Should we vibe? I think we would.
But
vibe.
I mean, I ignored this shit. No, she didn't say any of that stuff. But after she said what she said to me,
our spirits connect on a higher level.
We vibrate high together.
She said none of that stuff. But when after she said what she said to me, I didn't talk to her again. I think I only said something one time to her that night, and that was a couple, maybe like an hour later. I was like, "You okay?" And she was mad and snatched her arm away, and I said, "Oh, okay, well." I left it at that.
She was definitely angry,
but I'm not gonna sit up here and deal with that. If you're mad, you're mad. Oh well, I'm not about to sit up here and deal with that. You said what you said to me. I said what I said to you. And then I went on back around my merry way because she was feeling some kind of way before she even said something to me. I could tell by her energy, she was letting off that energy. But I was ignoring that shit because I was having me a grand old fucking time.
But I was having a good time because I'm like, okay.
I was not concerned. I ignored the shit out that energy. Mm-hmm. And when she came to me and said something, I said something back to her and I ignored that shit again, like I said, until like an hour later. And then I was like, hey, you okay?
We walked outside and we was talking. She started turning red, eyes all glossy, crying and shit. I'm like, oh shit. Then she walked up. She like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So I'm like, all right. You know, go ahead, get yourself together.
She didn't do any of that energy with me.
She did a lot. Then she came back, and just when we was getting ready to leave, and one of the friends had the keys, so they gave me the keys, and she was like, "I just want to drive." So I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna get a car with you. Take your fucking keys, and let's go." So then, and she's like, doing all this to the windows and shit. And I'm like a whole fucking Japan, like a fucking wild monkey in a fucking, like, what the hell?
What? She did that in the car with you?
In the car. And I'm like, and she turned around, she crying, she like, I'm like, please, I just want to go home.
She wants some Reese's Pieces.
I'm like, I ain't do it. I'm just here. I'm just trying to make sure you good. I was like, you want a hug? And she's like, oh. And we hugged. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Express yourself. Get it out.
She probably had these feelings and she expressed it. Now, has she done this before? Has she expressed how she...
No,
it was new. It was new.
Since we've been back friends, she has never expressed interest in wanting anything more than a friendship with me.
Oh my God.
She hasn't. And that's why I was so confused when she said something to me that night. I was so confused because, and that's why
I knew she had feelings though before that night.
But that's why I kept telling them like she doesn't have feelings. Every time somebody said something to me, I'm like, no, she doesn't have feelings because she's never expressed any of that to me before that night.
Time out. Do I know this person?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You fucking do. And I told Reese the girl got feelings.
But if the person don't express that to me, then of course I'm like, no, all y'all are tripping because y'all don't know the type of friendship we have.
But she didn't have to express it to me when I first was telling you. She didn't have to express it to me. I seen it.
You synced it.
I synced it. And I told you.
I read energy pretty well, and like I said before,
that's the same one who said, "Oh, the girl that Rich used to be all on is fat now."
She is the one that gave me that information.
But she don't got feelings. And oh yeah, she do. The way she was fucking that air up. Like shit, somebody was writing your.
No, but and the only reason she told you that the other person was fat is because she know how I felt about that person. So she probably she knew that would make me happy. She knew that was some information that would make me happy.
That's fucking funny.
Yo,
and like I said, even after that night, she has still not expressed any kind of, way toward me. I think it was just because she was drunk, and that was the only reason that came out.
I think she's hiding it. Because even like the next day, so she ended up staying at my house, and then the next day she left, and then she came back. Like she was gone for like an hour or something, and then she came back, and she was like, because I said I want to talk to you, but I want to talk to you when you sober, because it was I don't like having drunk talks. Like let's have a conversation and let's talk when we sober. So she came back and we supposed to talk, but we ended up not talking because then she smoked and all that. Like smoking is not sober. Like, I mean, sober without smoking, drinking, all of that. Like a regular fucking conversation. So we ended up not even talking, but I think she was avoiding it. Because why you come back and then you came and start smoking?
You can have a clear conversation while you smoke.
I just don't think.
I don't think that I get fully understood if somebody is under the influence of anything. And that's just my opinion. Because you don't remember certain shit, you don't know what the fuck happened, or whatever. Or maybe it's an excuse that people fucking use and they really do remember. I don't fucking know. But from my experiences, I just want to have sober conversations. That's it.
Okay.
Also, I don't think that the girl is into me the way y'all think, because she talked to some pretty...
That doesn't mean
pretty
shit.
bitches. She talked to some bad bitches.
They do look good.
And not that I ain't no bad bitch, but them girls, woo!
They look good as fuck, but
them joints look good, okay?
You look good too.
I know, but they look good.
You fit in the same category with them.
You damn right. You damn right. But I feel like they
all look alike. They just different complexions. It's a little weird.
None of them got locks. We all look alike.
I mean, as far as yes, y'all do. Y'all look alike. Some of them got curly hair, some of them got tracks, some of them got dreads, but they look like Reese.
I don't think so. I think I have a prettier face than all of them, but they are definitely pretty as fuck. They are definitely bodies on point.
Yeah. The one from LA, y'all definitely is just alike.
Oh, she is so fine.
She is. I crack that shit.
She is.
That sounds like incest because I say y'all look alike and I say I will crack it, but
yeah, that did sound like this. But anyway, I guess that's all with my check-in. Yeah. I don't like that stuff. And then especially if we don't have a sober conversation about it. And then I honestly feel like I said she's been avoiding me all week because normally we talk every day. And then all of a sudden we're not talking.
That's because she's trying to get her feelings in water.
I don't think it's any feelings. I think it was the alcohol.
Okay. You want to be in denial.
What the fuck I got to be in denial about?
About this girl feelings. You want to keep, it's my friend. When she really got deep feelings.
Because she is my friend.
On your part. But you don't know how this girl feel. On your part, y'all friends. Not to her. She think it's some type of hope there.
I don't think so. She communicates very well. And I feel like if she thought that, she would have communicated that to me. I don't think so.
Just like she was avoiding the conversation. Okay. Okay.
Go ahead with your check-in.
So what happened? Oh, so Saturday, right? My cousin had an all-white party. And it was cool. It was real cute. It looked like Miami. It looked like Nikki Beach. But my cousin, oh Lord, help me. This girl, so I left the party and I rode with two of my cousins. So we went to pick up something. So then one of my cousins like, oh, this guy want to come to the party. So I'm like, okay, let him come. So she like, well, I don't even know his name. And I'm like, you don't know his name. So then we kind of like,
that was their first day meeting.
She didn't even know his name. I think she met him that day, but it's whatever. So then she's like, we started talking about something else. So we went back to the party and she was like, look. And so the message said, I'm on my way. So I'm like, who the fuck is that? And she was like, the dude I was talking about in the car. I'm like, okay. Mind you, we at her sister's house with her and her fucking wife and her fucking kids lay their head at. Okay. But you inviting a whole random ass nigga that you don't know his fucking name. Okay. So they fucking come. He come and his cousin come looking like the fucking Ren and Skimpy, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys looking imagine Lil Jon. He looked like that. And he had these two cornrows and they was sticking up in the back. And he had them glasses on and everything.
They been in for like 2 weeks maybe.
Big ass clothes and everything. The other one just, oh my god, it's just a hot ass mess.
Did they have on all white?
No. They had on some fucking raggedy looking shit. Like, where do you find these people at? Why did you invite them?
I don't know why Ronnie is being mean to the guy that actually came with the cousin. He did not do anything wrong. His brother did this stuff wrong.
Let me finish. Both of them was wrong. First of all, you come into the party, y'all show up empty-handed. It says, do not show up empty-handed. Unless she didn't send them the whole flyer. Maybe she sent them the address. I don't know. But
it's obviously she's trying to get some dick. She probably told me
she was. But it's plenty of other people that you could have fucking called and sent this random guy that you don't even know his name. Then he came. They came there. They was drunk as fuck. Then I'm like, okay, we about to go. And my cousin like, oh, I'm going to just ride with him. So then her sister like, no, you rode here with Ronnie. Go home with Ronnie. She's like, no, I'm going to go home with him. He going to take me home. I'm like, bitch, what?
She is an adult. If she want to go home, if she want him to drive
that's
her
fine.
home,
that's fine if you want to do it, do it. But why? What the fuck is this? What?
I said she
him.
Dick.
Him. Call your baby daddy. Go fuck your baby daddy. What is you doing?
What's the difference?
That's old. That's old news. Ain't nothing nobody knew. And then when I was like, oh, you got to go out, and she was like, well, I don't know if they got money. They can't pay for themselves to go out. Okay. So then the cousin, in the middle of this shit that we talking, the cousin go over by the shed and start pissing. So then my cousin, who housed it,
before that, he kept flirting.
He kept following people around like a fucking puppy dog.
He was following the lesbians around.
I'm like, move, little person, go over there. And then he walking like this.
It got to the point where I had to say something to him.
Yeah, I mean.
And no. I wasn't being mean. I said something to him, and then I said something to the brother, so the brother could say something to him. And when the dude touched my arm, I was like, "Don't put your hands on me." So you'll get the right one.
Then he went over to the little shed, started pissing. I'm like, the house is right there. My cousin's like, "Oh my, y'all gonna smell like pee." Blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So I go over to the dude. I'm like, "Hey, you gotta stop. You need to go in the house and use the bathroom." And then I was like, "You gotta go." So then he was about to touch me. I'm like, "Don't touch me. Go out the gate." So then, the cousin or brother, whoever the fuck the Lil Jon person is, he came over and he was like, let's just go. And he looking at me all crazy and weird. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out. The gate right there, go. So then, and it's crazy because my cousin who house it was, she was sitting up on the deck complaining, but why you not putting them out your fucking house? Why you not cussing your sister out for inviting these fucking random ass niggas to your house where your fucking kids stay?
She didn't know the guy was random, first of all, because in the house it was.
Second of all,
we can't curse her out. If she say invite people and she invited the boy, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people that invite somebody out as a first date to like a house party.
Invite people that you know. That's fucking crazy. You don't even know these people's name.
Did she fuck him?
So it was like. The sister told her that she was either gonna go home with me, or she was gonna stay there. So she ended up staying at my cousin at her sister's house. But
the brother left the other brother.
When they went out the gate, and I'm like talking to her, I'm like, listen, you need to talk to him. Like if you that desperate, call somebody else that's in your phone that you already know. Like whatever. This bitch looking at me and then she looking over. I'm like, don't do it. Block that out. So I'm like, don't do it. So then she looked at me and then she started running to the gate. Behind the dude. I'm like, what the fuck? So then I go out because we get ready to leave. So I go out and they like up the street, the two dudes up the street like arguing and shit. And then the Lil Jon one left the other one, left the cousin or the brother, the one who's peeing, left them. And then this dude, so we ended up leaving. But my cousin called me the next day and she like, he didn't even leave till like 5 a.m. And he was outside her house. That's fucking crazy. The whole shit blows my mind.
My house. The sidewalk is not my property
So,
according to the government.
People are crazy. You don't know what the person thinking. You don't know what they scoping out. You don't know if the other dude went around the corner and waiting for people to leave, to rob them, to go in your house when you leave. You don't know what's happening. You don't know what people are looking at inside of your fucking house. Random ass fucking people who can come and take your shit. I know because my apartment been broken into twice. You can't let people come in there. That's your home. That's your fucking peace. That's your private.
So you never met anybody, and after like a first date, it's just like, oh well, what are you doing? You want to just come home and chill? Because I've done that. Matter of fact, I was about to say a name, but Kelsh, we went out, went to a party, and then I went back to their place and we was watching fucking movies.
Well, that was your place, not hers. You still can't trust that.
I could have gotten killed.
I say you still can't trust
that. But
that.
my point is that you do stuff like that with people you don't know. Like, it's a part of getting to know somebody. Hey, come over. You come over here.
But
let's meet up.
Reese,
you
it's
can
a
get killed
difference
anywhere
because
or robbed anywhere.
It's a difference because y'all went out. Y'all had a date. Y'all talked. You know her name. You know some information about her. She don't know shit. Her name. Like, she don't even know the name. That's the whole fucking killer right there. Like, you don't even know the person name. So if he did come back and did some shit, you can't even say it was John. Why? Because you don't know him and you don't know his name.
She got a number for him.
And you just met him an hour ago.
Did she fuck?
Listen, I don't know. I don't know if she ended up fucking him. I don't know what the fuck happened. I just know that was terrible. And I would have been mad as hell. Don't be bringing no random people to my... They look like they fucking stink.
Why not talking about people?
I'm sorry.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm sure people talk about me all the time.
Listen, that was crazy. That was crazy as hell. But anyway, so then Sunday I ended up going to this cookout and it was all lesbians. It was some good looking. Oh my goodness.
Damn,
it was some good looking lesbians. So what had happened was I was going to have the versus party at my place, but I thought it started at 5, but it ain't start till 8. So then I was like, it was like a Sunday's best kind of thing. And I was like, we had our big hats on and everything. So then I'm like, well, shit, it was 5 o'clock and it didn't come on to 8. So I'm like, fuck it. Let's go to because the girl I was with, she was like, oh, let's go. My friend having to cook out, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, since it didn't start on time, the time that I thought it was going to start, I'm like, all right, let's go. So then I like, hey, I ain't doing the versus shit no more. I'm about to go to the cookout. And it was real cute. And it was some sexy ass females there. But that was cool. And then it was kind of scary because it's a park. It's in, what's the name of that? It's in Greenbelt. I cannot remember the name of the park, but it's like a big ass pond in the middle. And it's like a trail and shit. And people, it was like a lot of people out there. It's real nice. They don't close till I think 11, which is crazy because it's dark as fuck. Some crazy shit probably be going on. But so that was fun. But anyway, my week was like definitely emotional. And I'm not sure like why. I think because your shit rubbed off on me.
Are you feeling better now?
I don't know.
Why not?
I think I feel okay for the moment. I feel good and then I feel sad and then I feel good and I feel sad. It's up and down. I don't know. But I think we like really, really kicked it off. So at work we have these meetings. It's called like racial something. I forget. But it's like the whole fucking company. We on a fucking Zoom. Then we talking about racial experiences and Black Lives Matter and all this. And it's just emotional for me. And I don't want to talk about it. And it just don't make sense. Like, what are we going to do to make the situation better? Why are we having these meetings once a month to talk about this shit and it's no progress? Like, I don't understand.
Do they offer therapy or something like that?
This was supposed to be the therapy, I guess. This is the therapy. Well, and like we do meditating and shit.
A supportive outlet to share your experiences and let people understand, some of the experiences you've been through. It's better than not being able to say nothing or not having a platform. But you have some just suggestions of what y'all should do, or just questions?
I honestly, I was not paying attention to it because first of all, when we first started, I started crying and I had to turn my camera off. then we went into these breakout rooms and this lady talking, and she's like, I don't want to talk about this shit, and it brings up a lot of anxiety and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yes, I don't want to talk about this shit either. So me and her started talking about other random shit, and we were talking about my birthday and her husband's birthday the same day as mine. So we were talking about that, and when we went back to the main room, like, I'm not gonna be entertaining this shit because it's emotional. I get really fucking emotional and I don't like it. It brings me to a place which I was already in a certain place already.
So you need to make sure to address your concerns to whoever is putting this together, because the purpose of this is to, again, I'm assuming, give you an outlet. But if you as the black person are not enjoying the experience, you need to voice your opinion.
I'm only one person. Maybe I'll see if, like,
other people might feel that way
and just not saying it. Right. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, we can all. I can see, like,
right. If this is not beneficial, fine. What do you think would be beneficial, and then try to see if you can allocate the time to what is beneficial, and not just complain about stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna do something because I can't. And then they haven't won. It's one every month. I
said, if y'all gonna spend an hour, 2 hours a month,
3 hours,
if you're gonna spend 3 hours a month, however many people that is, if it's 20 people, that's 60 hours.
70 something.
It's 70 people, so that's 210 hours of work that can be done towards some goal. Find out some goal or project and try to redirect the 210 hours worth of manpower and work towards something that would be beneficial if you have a problem with what y'all are doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it because I can't talk about it. And it on top, like, we talk about feelings, we meditate, we do these breathing exercises and all of that, and which is all okay. But it's good, the stuff in the beginning. But when they get to the racial shit, and then everybody not in the same or the right mindset to talk about their feelings or talk about certain stuff. Like, the Wednesday was crazy for me. It was crazy as shit.
If that's not beneficial, suggest something that would be.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But so then we had another. I think it was Thursday. We had another 3-hour fucking training. I guess it was a training, and we was talking about sex. Condoms, birth control, STDs, all that. So they was training us, like, how to, or what to do in the community with the people in the community. So it was kind of weird at first because they was like comparing sex to chocolate, right? So it was like, what's good about sex, and no, it said sex and chocolate, then it said what's good and what's bad. So they was comparing with the good and the bad to sex and chocolate, right? So it was a good training. Why we talking about it for 3 hours? I don't know. But most of the stuff I already knew. Some stuff I did learn. But when they was talking about, like, what you like about it and shit, and then it was this dude in the training, I was like, oh, he cute. It's like, oh, he cute. But it was cool though. I think it was knowledgeable, but I don't really. I'm not going to be telling people about. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. I ain't never been in a situation before when I had to tell people about STDs and shit. So I don't know. But yeah, so aside from that, that's it. My week was kind of boring, and it went by really fast. And I was sad, and I cried a few times. And I actually took out my tent to do like a sauna. But then I ended up not even getting it. What? Yeah, I ended up not even getting into it because so yesterday I was like, I'm tired. I'm gonna go home because I had a taste for some chili cheese dogs. Oh my goodness! So I'm gonna go home. I'll make some chili cheese dogs. I'm gonna watch some movies and I'm gonna get high. I mean, I'm not gonna get high. But so that was my mindset. So before I got home, my cousin called me like 3 times. So I'm like, mind you, I was trying to leave work at like 4. I didn't get off to 5:30. So then I'm like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go to the grocery store. Then I'm gonna go home. So then my cousin called me. So when I get off, I call her back. So then she was with my mom. So they was talking, and they was like, "Oh, let's have a drink." Blah blah blah. So I'm like, "All right, fine." I get home. All of my cousins out front, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this is about to be a whole night." And what the fuck it was? A whole fucking night. Wish I should have stayed my ass in the house. I mean, it wasn't a bad night. but it was more than what I wanted to do. It was fun, but I wanted to stay in the house and get in the sauna and eat the food and all that. But I ended up drinking, taking shots, listening to music, going to the fucking club, all that. Like, I'm like, dude, not getting in the house till 5 in the fucking morning. I'm like, oh my goodness, I should have just stayed my ass in the house because that was my original plan. And that's what I keep saying, like, stay with the original plan. Whatever is my first plan, do it and stick with it. So, yeah, now I'm here. So I'm going to sleep for the rest of the day. Or try to anyway.
Girl,
try
please,
to. Try to.
Well, you know
Probably
what I
not.
left out of my check-in? I'm going to take Daddy to lunch one day next week. And I'm super excited about it because he is very appreciative and very dope. And I haven't really spent any one-on-one time with him. So, you know, I'm going to take him to lunch. I mean, you can come
It's
if
going
you
to
want.
depend
It
on what
don't have to
mood
be,
he in
one-on-one.
because, you know, he be...
Yeah,
I'm going to have
to ask the day of like, hey, you want to go to lunch in an hour? You know, stuff like that. Because I know planning things with him is a little difficult. But yeah. Come on.
Oh, and then I blocked everybody.
Good job.
I was like, fucking you. Everybody get blocked. So, yeah, my lineup is gone.
Oh.
I know. I said, what the fuck? Like, am I bipolar or something? Like, because I just be getting mad and I just be like, fuck everybody. Like, I don't know. I'm working on it. Well, honestly, they really wasn't benefiting. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm just like a user because I'm not a user. But like how I'm about to say it is going to come out like that. But like, I don't want to have or be associated with people that we not benefiting from. So I'm saying we, because I should be able to benefit from this person and they should be able to benefit from me. So if it's not, we can't prosper.
Not mutually beneficial.
Yeah, like if we can't do that shit together, like if I'm not that I'm better, but if you benefiting more from me, no thanks. So I don't know. And then, well, my check-in is finished, but I was having a conversation, and y'all can answer or tell what y'all feel about it. But I was having a conversation with these two guys, and one of the guys was like, I don't care who I'm talking to. I don't care if they walk out my life. Like, I'm not about to sit and beg nobody. Like, it don't matter. Like, if somebody feel like I'm not important enough in their life, so if I leave if it's an issue with me or we have a situation, I'm like, all right, fuck it. And I walk away and you okay with that? If you okay with losing me, I don't need to be a part of your life at all. Because
what?
I get what you're saying and I get what they're saying because
I don't need liabilities around me. I need
How's
assets.
that a liability?
If you can see yourself being all right, if we not cool or we not talking, okay.
But the reality of it is
crazy.
we have to people going to live with or without us. That's
crazy.
The thing.
People
it's
are.
like a job. The job is going to go on with or without you.
I agree with that. But how are you saying, I don't care if you in my life or not? That makes me not want to be in your life. Why don't you care? I care for certain people. I think if somebody says
that, then that's sure
crazy.
that they don't, they can care less about you. But
that
so
don't
why do we continue
that
to
don't
be in each
mean
other's
none
life?
of that. That don't mean none of that. That mean the person said what they said. If you leave, I'm still gonna be all right. He said that what that person said.
That ain't what they said. They said they don't care if you leave.
That's not what they said.
They don't care. That's the whole point. And it's we all gonna live. If you leave today or tomorrow, well, you're not. But if you leave today or tomorrow, I'm gonna live. Yes, I'm gonna live. But I don't care if you leave or if we not cool. That's where the problem come in. Because why don't you care? Clearly, you don't give a fuck in the first place. So we don't need to be associated at all.
I get what you're saying. I get what they're saying as well because I'm not one for chasing motherfuckers. If you want to leave,
that's what I'm saying.
Leave.
I don't know what you're talking
However,
about.
like if I care enough for you and you try to walk out the door, I'm gonna be like, well, where the fuck you going? Type shit. But if you say, well, I'm leaving because you're not treating me good, then I'll probably in turn say, okay, well, what do you want me to do to treat you good? That's not me begging you to stay, but that's also me being like, I don't want you out of my life. I can change a little.
Because
but if
you
I'm also
care.
like, yeah, because I care. But if you're walking out the door and I'm just like, all right, well, it was good. You know, it's been great. Have a good one. That means like it's not that I don't care, but whatever the situation is that's making you walk away is took a toll on both of us, and you know it's just that time.
I just feel like if we friends, if we talking, if we whatever, and it's an issue, and I feel like I may walk away, and you don't try to fix the problem or you don't care, then I'ma leave because it doesn't make sense for me to stay or try to fix it or none of that because you don't care.
I think I feel you. I feel you a lot of I don't know, because it takes a lot for me to actually walk away. So if I walk away, it's just like I've done everything I can. So now I gotta do what's best for me. But that still doesn't neglect the fact that I don't care for the person. It's just like I gotta do what's best for me, and what's best for me is you're not being in my life right now.
I don't know. I guess.
Mm-hmm. So when I walk out of somebody's life, I'm prepared for them to not ask me to stay. Not, you know, it's like.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I get because if I'm like leaving somebody, then I'm just done. I'm like completely done. Like it's nothing that
you
can
not
be fixed.
never completely
But
done. You went back to every ex old
not
nigga.
everybody. Not everybody.
She haven't been back to everybody.
But I do be talking to some of my exes. I do. I do be talking to someone. But
you
then
said they lame. I don't know them.
I said I do be talking to them. I'm not going to deny that. I will unblock them, or I will if I run into them on the street and they change their number or whatever, because I still have the same number, and then we get back in touch.
Again,
or whatever.
guys, she said y'all was lame. I don't know y'all.
Reese said they was lame. I ain't say they was
lame. I said what the fuck I said. Who gonna fight me?
I know. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about any of that.
I'm just going based upon what you said.
That's
you
what
said they was lame niggas that you could use. I don't know.
That's what Reese said.
They
was cool.
Hey.
They was cool.
And I meant what I said.
They was cool, but I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I don't listen. I don't know. But fuck it. Fuck all of it. Fuck all of them too.
Man.
Okay, so moving on. So the other day, right? When I pulled up at home, so it's a part of my chicken, but it's a part of the thing too. Yeah. So anyway, so when I pulled up at home and it was a lady, she was like getting in her car, but when I pulled up, she got out of the car. So there was somebody in my parking space, so I'm waiting for them to move. So then she came and she walked in front of my car. And she's standing in front of my car. I'm like, what the hell is she doing? So then she moved around and she was standing on the driver's side. So I'm like, what the hell? What is this lady doing? So then when the other lady in my parking space, so she's trying to back up and there's too many cars and shit right there. So then she's like, Sharonda? And I'm like, yeah. You know, first of all, I'm thinking this is like a detective or something. I'm about to go to jail.
I'd be like, God damn it,
I'm like,
suing me now.
I'm like, what the fuck did I do? So then she's like, yeah, I just knocked on your door. You didn't get the paper I left a few weeks ago. So I'm like, what? I'm with the census something. So I'm like, what? I got the letter, but I said, how you know it's me? She's like, oh, because I know. So you know the car, you know my face. Like, what, lady? So then
around what time I was gonna be fucking home?
Yes. So I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, let me park. So I park, and then she's like on this little pad, and she got all of my information in it. So I'm like, what the fuck? I forget what she said her name was.
She's a census enumerator. She had the long form. It
was a long form. She had some long forms, and it was in this little pad. What the fuck is that? What are they?
So I was going to ask you.
You don't know what the census is?
Not much.
It's keeping count with every American.
The census is a count of all United States citizens. They're trying to count and see who lives where, the different social economics of the different individuals in the different areas. It's just a basic survey say it'll be like 5 people live in this house. The average income is, or the household income is 150,000. Some ask what race you are. It's how American keeps track of its citizens, of who lives where the demographics are. Every 10 years, the census is held, a count of all Americans, where, who, what, where, and all that shit. It's done every 10 years, so that's how monies are allocated. So there's like, well, it's 150,000 people living in this small area, so that's how you get the Senate seats. That's how all of that is determined. Because if certain amount of people live in a certain area, the House of Representatives gets a certain amount per state or whatever, and stuff like that. So it's how they keep counting the people.
Because I got the letter on my door as well, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Why are they trying to kidnap me and my kid? They got me fucked up.
No, they're not trying
you
to.
know? But I kind of knew what it was a
what
little
happened to
bit.
Monday. That's what I
big facts.
We
That's what I was thinking that was happening. I was like, are they trying to like?
Y'all saw that movie? What happened to Monday?
No.
So what happened to Monday was a movie. It was in a different country, I believe, but where they told all families that they can only have one child.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to be like that for the rest of their lives. They claimed that they was taking the other kids and putting them under this sleeping spell until the food drought and money drought was out, blah, blah, blah. But they was actually killing the kids, of course.
Well, in China, you are only allowed to have one child. I think they might have updated that, but it was for a long time. It was a child cap of 1. Yeah. And I never really know what... because that's why it's more Chinese men than women. It was a population crash because they, like, everyone was choosing to have a male son to pass on the name or whatever, but you got to have females too. so it became unbalanced. Child law.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I don't know. I was just, since I'm ignorant to it, I didn't know exactly.
Policy. The one-child policy was a part of the birth planning program designed to control the size of the rapidly growing Chinese population. Yeah. It is still going.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I looked at that paper and I put it on the table and I said, I'm not going to touch this just yet. I was like, I need to Google some stuff. I need to figure out exactly what it is. I need to actually make sure this is the Census Bureau trying to contact me and not motherfucker. I don't know, because y'all got me fucked up. Y'all think y'all come to touch me or my kid. It's just not happening. Like,
and that makes me think about like why people talk about like fathers, like I don't want to be in the system when technically we are all in the system.
Like.
Yeah,
because she knew.
There's no way to dodge the system.
She knew who I was. She clearly
you get a paycheck if you got a bank account. Like it don't even matter.
Yeah,
like you're gonna be in the system. The government can find us at any. Well, unless you actually know how to go off the grid, they can find us at any given time.
I mean, most people that are participating in, if you have a job, if you have a driver's license, and you actually are filling these forms out properly, that's what. It's keeping records of where you live and stuff. Like when police look for you, your last known address will be something if you filled out for like voter registration or driver's license or something like that. That's why they get the addresses that you filed in the system. If you
and then they be asking you for your emergency contact. Most of the people put their mamas or daddies, and then they got to put their address and numbers down. So then he not at this last address. Let's call the mama. Mama, what's your address?
Yeah.
Then they go,
And when you file your taxes, you know how much you make, where you live, all of that stuff.
That's crazy, and it's a little scary because all that's in my head is what happened to me.
A lot of that's public record. A lot of that you can pull up. Like you can pull up most people's tax returns.
Did y'all ever try to Google your name and see what come up?
Mm-hmm.
I have.
And all your information come up?
No, but my Facebook came up, and I believe my Instagram came up. And something about UDC came up.
That's fucking
I was a little shocked. I didn't know that much stuff would come up. Like, I didn't, I think a random model picture of me showed up, too.
That's crazy.
There's some random modeling shit.
Yeah. Because it was a really, I didn't do this in a couple years. I Googled myself a few years ago. But yeah, it Yeah,
I'm gonna Google myself
I was
later.
like, what the hell?
See what happens. See what pops up. But yeah, so then moving on. So the other day, what was it? Yesterday, I think we was having this conversation at work.
Yeah.
So the guy at work was saying, for one of his kids, he getting a fraternity test, right?
Fraternity.
Yeah. So, so the conversation was, how would you feel if the father wants to get a test on the child, and would you get offended? And me personally, I said I would be offended. I would still do the test, but I would be offended because what kind of person do you think I am? Like, what's happening? If you want to get it, and then they were talking about the Kanye, the 18, what's it?
Yeah, the Kanye song.
18 years.
And on his 18th birthday.
Yeah, so I understand if you want to get the test. I understand that. But if it's me, I'm talking about myself, because I have gotten pregnant before, and the dude said, it ain't mine. Fuck you mean it ain't yours? I was only fucking you. What you mean?
But the thing is, the guy don't know. So I'm actually opposite from Ronnie. I would not get offended if, obviously I only had one pregnancy, but if he would have been like, oh, can we get a DNA test, or who else you been fucking? I'd have been like, I haven't been fucking anybody else, and absolutely we can get a DNA test. I don't give a fuck about that.
We can get it. Definitely, we can get it.
But I think if he would have asked because I think a lot of people, especially a lot of guys, not gonna say a lot of guys, I will say some guys, if they are out doing them. So it's like, even if I have time to go out and do me, that means you probably have time to go out and do you. So, why would I think that it's mine if you actually have the time? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but then girls be saying they only fucking one nigga, they only doing this, only doing that. They be having whole different baby fathers, man.
I've seen it done before, and that's why I'm like, okay, we can still get it, but everybody is not like that.
Hey,
and then it's like, if you can sit here and you can fuck me and we cannot use a condom, and then I get pregnant and then you say that it ain't yours, what kind of guy are you? Like, cause why? If you think that I can be out here fucking these other people, why are you fucking me without a condom?
Without a condom, that doesn't make sense at all. I absolutely agree with that.
Like, what?
But I don't know. I think if I had a son and he had a girlfriend, if they weren't married, I would absolutely tell my son to go get a DNA test.
I'll be offended all you want.
That's what I said. I said if I had a son, I would tell him, and I would be like, you can tell your girlfriend it's my fault. My mama want me to get DNA test. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to argue with her. I'm just going to get the DNA test. Blame that shit on me. I don't give a fuck.
You can be offended.
That bitch can get offended all she wants. A guy can be on child support for years and find out that baby not his. We know somebody we used to be friends with. She was got pregnant, had a son, dude helping take care of the son.
On child support.
But when his son's about 8 or 9 years old, about 8 or 9, maybe, but sometime between 8 and 10.
Right,
she finds out.
I'm just saying
that the baby.
I'm just saying that's why the shit she's saying is bullshit. She talking about what kind of guy would have sex with a woman that could possibly.
But the difference in that situation,
that is not retarded.
I don't think it's retarded. If you're in a serious relationship, I don't think that the guy
if you in a serious relationship, bullshit. If you fucking a girl and she pop up and say she pregnant, all right, when did you get pregnant?
Popping up is like when
what
we're
do you
only
mean?
Fucking.
You can get pregnant one time when you have sex. It's not a pop up.
Relationship. What do you mean? How is it not a pop up? We're fucking all the time. You're fucking
I'm saying
damn right. It ain't no pop up. The baby is there.
I'm saying just because you had sex with a girl unprotected doesn't mean it's a serious relationship, Reese. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm talking about how you said, if you had sex with me without a condom, and I like that's silly. Because it be
what's
women.
Are you fucking a lot of people without a condom? Like what?
But that don't mean that you couldn't, or didn't fuck somebody else without a condom. It's not saying it's a possibility. It doesn't. How would a guy know? I'm saying we know people that be in serious relationships, and the only person that they supposed to be fucking without a condom is not the fucking father. So he, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's you offended for what? Like, if you know you ain't did shit, then fucking like, oh yeah, fuck, come on. Like I said, oh, we fucking
Listen,
like that's stupid.
I'm gonna be offended, regardless of what everybody else say. I will be offended. We can definitely still get a test, but that's gonna make me look at you different. Because why are you here still different. Fucking me and not using no protection? But then you think I'm out here fucking somebody. I'm very vocal. I will tell you what I'm doing, if I'm doing it or if I'm not. I will tell you. So you ain't gotta sit and guess. If I say I'm pregnant, it ain't mine. What the fuck you mean? It is yours. It's you.
But that's probably why.
Because it is situations where people fucking and they in a relationship and then this guy that's the father. It's that situation all the time. But there are also people who don't fuck and cheat.
She like, you should trust me.
I mean, that is how I feel, absolutely. But the fact that I know
you ain't gotta guess with me
like that, right? I do know a lot of women that are like
that's what everybody's
like, is whatever.
Ronnie,
and then it's,
what you're saying is what everybody say. Watch a show on Maury. Like what you saying is what everybody say. I know I'm 10,000,000,000%. And the nigga be dancing like this.
And when you fuck, and I seen that shit too. I seen it. But when you fucking all these other people, and you know you ain't 10,000% sure because you know you fucked him and him and him and him.
I'm just saying that the nigga be dancing. I be dancing cute.
Listen, it be funny too, and they ladies like always running in the back and falling on the floor and crying. Like, bitch, you knew you was fucking all these people. I get it.
I'm just saying.
I get it.
It ain't no need to be offended.
At the same time,
it's like
there are people who do not
it's like
fuck other people.
It's like
it is women that's out here literally only fucking one nigga.
Yes.
No, again, it's possible, and if you know, you should know who your baby father is. But I'm just saying, like, that's don't make the guy bad or wrong, or to say, all right, well, when, how did you, what happened?
I think that would make it wrong.
What do you mean? Like,
when did it happen? The fuck? I don't know. We was fucking. Like, what do you mean when I got pregnant? I don't fucking know. You go back and do the math and see how many times we've been fucking.
Yeah.
What? We fucked
go back 10 and do the math.
This month. We fucked 10 times, and you think I'm supposed to know which time out of the 10 times I got fucking pregnant?
But see, that's if you haven't. That's if you haven't.
Crazy.
But that's if you having an active sexual relationship. That's what I'm saying. It could be all kinds of different ways.
I guess it's about the approach. Because if I tell somebody I'm pregnant and they say, is the baby mine? That's very offensive. But I think if they're like, well, you know, I understand that we've been together, but you should understand that I want a DNA test. You know, I'm not I'm not, you know, I don't want to, you know, I guess it's about the delivery of it. Because you're not going to say, well, when did you get pregnant? Or
how did you get pregnant?
How you pop
up pregnant because we was fucking?
Is it mine? Like, no. I feel like stuff like that is offensive. I think you should ask for it just like normal. Like, you know, hey, well, growing up, I've seen a lot of this and this. I just feel like, you know, we should get a DNA test. We can get it before the baby comes or after the baby comes.
Wow.
You know, because that's just how I just want to have it like that. Like, as a man, because you really don't know as a dude. Like, seriously, you don't. So I will absolutely understand it, but you better not ever fucking come to me talking about who else you fucking. When you get pregnant, we only had sex twice. The point is, we had sex twice without a condom. People don't need, you can get pregnant off fucking pre-cum.
Thank you.
Damn.
Now, I don't know. Listen, that shit is I keep hearing that. I think I don't think that's true.
You can absolutely get pregnant off pre-cum.
You better go ask your doctors.
Absolutely get pregnant off pre-cum.
Ask the professionals.
So you saying it's sperm and pre-cum now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I definitely got pregnant off of some pull-out. Definitely.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, it's all about the delivery. However, like I said, I would tell any dude that I know that's like, oh, you know, what, do you want to get a DNA test? Because you should. Listen, I think it should be the right. Just like when a girl put a guy on child support, and then the guy has the right. Like I know it is in DC. Because when me and my daughter's father went for child support, they was asking him, do you want to get a DNA test? Do you want to get a DNA test? He was like, no, I don't want to get a DNA test. And they was like, well, we're not required to give you one if you don't want one, but we suggest that everybody gets one because once you're on that child support, And then all of a sudden you want to get a DNA test, you have to do it on your own. Right now we're telling you can do it right now, blah, 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 all this stuff. So they was really like pressing the issue. And I was like, I don't care.
But it'll be a girl that pop up a year later talking about she pregnant. All right, we had unprotected sex, but it was a year ago.
Yeah. And I seen people that came in 5 months. So tomorrow I'm pregnant to the guy. 5 months
But then that's
pregnant.
different.
What?
Of course you ask for a DNA test then. Because you haven't talked to that person. So yes, you asked for a DNA test. Yes, you asked him out the father. Yes, you asked who else were you sleeping with at the time. You still don't ask when did you get pregnant. Nobody knows when they got pregnant unless they're trying to get pregnant.
If you dealt with a girl and it's another calendar year later, right? And she said, well, I'm pregnant.
Well, that's different. Nobody is pregnant for 12 months.
Right.
You only going to be pregnant for 40 weeks.
That's
which
what I'm
is 10
saying.
months. It's not 9 months. It's technically
First of all,
10 months.
she should have never
But
came and
over
said that
that-
she was pregnant. Because
Over that, nobody is normally pregnant over 41 weeks. So even if it's almost a year and you think it's been, I ain't seen that girl in a year. No, you saw her 10 months ago. Y'all busted wide open. You ain't seen her.
10 months.
Now it's the baby.
So
and
if
still, even so, you don't need to be calling her no hoe or No, simply get a DNA test.
Nah,
You ain't got to be with the girl. You ain't got to degrade her. You ain't got to call her a hoe. Well, you been at all this time. Why the fuck you think that? No, you don't have to do any of that.
No,
I want a DNA test.
I would be a little irritated if somebody came to me after the baby born or 5
I would
months later,
absolutely be irritated because you didn't give me that choice. You didn't give me that choice. You still
got a choice because you can sign over your rights. Everybody have a choice in every situation.
You can absolutely sign over your rights. So, but give me the choice of maybe I wanted to be there to watch the baby grow in your stomach, which I think is, I ain't gonna say it's stupid, but a lot of people are like, oh, I want to be there to watch the pregnancy. For what?
Let me touch your belly.
Stupid. No, I don't know. I guess because I had a stupid ass pregnancy. I'll be like, you get the fuck out of here. I ain't part to your stomach, bro. I'll punch you in it. It's like, no. but yeah, so I don't know. I guess, like I said, it's about the delivery. I guess I guess it's all about the situation between you and that person. Because, like I said, my daughter's father would ask me for a DNA test, and I'd be like, all right.
I'm gonna do it if somebody
no problem, Bob.
If that happens to me and then I end up having a baby, if they want to get a fraternity, a test, get it. But that does not take away from the fact that I'll feel offensive. Like I
would definitely feel like, well, why do you think that I was cheating on you?
Right.
Like, if I, especially if I wasn't,
I'm cheating on you unprotected. That's nasty.
I mean, I'm gonna just be like, what gives you the impression to think that I was sleeping with someone else? And if they say, well, I don't have, you didn't give me any impression. It's just, that's just what I feel like I should do because, fathers don't get as much rights as the women, blah, blah, blah. And if the woman don't understand that, well, you crazy bitch, I don't want to have a kid with you anyway. So, I don't know. But I definitely think all guys should get DNA tests. Not unless, but, I feel like women too should be like, hey, because I actually know a lot of women that, like, in the case of the friend we just talked about a few minutes ago, both of them knew that it was a possibility that one or the other was the father. When they first got on child support, that dude should have did that DNA test. Exactly. He didn't. So that, it's sometimes it's not always the woman mistake. Both of the guys knew that. She stopped talking to one. The other one went on ahead and got on child support. He should have got the DNA test. The other guy that knew it was a possibility, he should have stuck around a little more. They happened to find each other on Facebook or something, and then the dude like, oh yeah, your kid kind of looked like me when I was a kid. And that's how that kind of got back into play. But it's like you gotta, yeah. I don't know. I think everything's weird. Everything's weird. Everybody's weird.
Yeah. But, yeah, fuck it. Everybody get a test, but some people won't still be offended because, shit.
I wouldn't get offended to the point where I would, like, break up with the person or nothing like that, but I would definitely
probably still be with the person, but
I would definitely
look at you a little different because, like, now I'm thinking, like, what do you think about me? Like, what do you think about me? Like, what
do I need to do different to let you know that I'm not out here entertaining other motherfuckers,
I don't know. We gonna check out because I'm finished. You finished?
Yeah, I got body.
Yeah, we finished.
I gotta use the bathroom real bad, y'all. Y'all ain't see me over here like hunched over. I was like, shit.
Girl, that's how I was in that meeting yesterday. I was like, I gotta
Hurry up. Fuck, I'm sweating and everything, y'all. So we out. Peace, love, and positivity.
This episode
149.
Let's get